Wait 1 second. Now we've sorted out the bed hair situation, let's talk about the real news. In the last video, the guy, we were saying Edwards and Chimayev are going to have that real technical fight. The fight we're all excited. The fight what's been called off twice already has been called off again. So this is my video explaining why we should not scrap this Wednesday event. Which, to be honest, it's not the worst one to scrap. But I want this event to happen. Main reason why is because I want to see Edwards fight. I think it's essential for him to be fighting like these top fighters. So this is my list of who I think should be replacing Chimayev. Like kind of short notice. There's still like a good month gap or 3-week gap until the event actually starts. So it's not the worst deal, but I think they shouldn't scrap it. So these are my ideas of who I think should be replacing Chimayev. But one thing I've got to note, doesn't this remind you of a certain situation? It's been called off 3 times, so it might be a cursed fight, you know? Just like a certain duo, Khabib and Tony Ferguson. It's looking that way anyway, but I'm sure they will fight at some point. Edwards might be a bit reluctant to change and might say, alright, let's fight on Wednesday, see what happens. Or he could fight someone else. It's not going to be Stephen Thompson, but once again, I'll say it again, this is just a quick note off of the fights what could potentially happen at this event. We don't want Anthony Smith again fighting. I know he's not fighting, but you know that situation of a guy not so notable headlining. Like, yeah, he might win, might lose. I think it's Dawodu, you know, the Hakeem Dawodu, the Canadian who fought against that Dagestani guy. It's like, let's fucking fight, let's fucking fight. I love that moment, but don't really want to see him 5 round in it. And worst comes to worst, he might move it to a 3-round fight as a headliner, but still time to shift Dana to do his things. So yeah, let's start it off. So what could be a really obvious replacement is Magny or Chiesa. They're going to Fight Island, they're fighting each other. Either one of them could potentially go ahead and fight Edwards instead. As a higher status of opponent, if they win they could potentially get a title shot after, I don't know. But Neil Magny could be a real good match. But especially Neil Magny could be a real interesting fight with Edwards due to the fact how Magny fights. He's very like high pressure. He's quite unorthodox style, and it's how Edwards would deal with that kind of flair. Like Magny's very like, how would I say it, like high octane kind of. He's got very good stamina. He can go 3 rounds, 5 rounds with that same pulse, that same pressure. Another guy who's actually came out and said stuff quite recently, because the news has only come out a good couple of hours ago, is Kevin Holland. He loves to really like chat his stuff. It's the reason why he's got the nickname Big Mouth. He's called out Leon Edwards, but I don't see Kevin Holland dropping down to welterweight. What I'd say is Edwards would have to be up for it for him to go up catchweight. I don't exactly see that happening, but it'd be interesting, a really interesting fight between them. Even Chimayev and Holland, there was talk of that, as Chimayev can make middleweight, but it's not that big of a gap. So catchweight can happen, but Dana White is never too fussed with catchweight. Another guy who, now I'm saying my expertise, my thoughts is Luque. I don't know where his injury status is or how he is at the moment. Like, he might not even be training. But Vincent Luque is always an exciting fighter, and he can really bring it to Edwards. I don't see him beating Edwards, but he can really bring his A game against him. Nico Price is another one. He's quite a short notice fighter, a bit like a younger version of Cerrone. I don't like comparing fighters, but he's a guy who can be called up to a fight and he'd be like, yeah, I'm down, I'm game. So he's an obvious choice. And then the last one I kind of had a little thought about. Think about it. Justin Gaethje. like, I don't know if he can make welterweight. He might have to really bulk himself up, but he's another guy who could bring that next level against Edwards. But all these choices, it's all up to Dana. Dana has to do his work. So, Uncle Dana, do your thing. Don't scrap the event. Even though it's a Wednesday, come on. We've got Calvin Kattar versus Holloway on the Saturday, Edwards, and then McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. Like, that week, start off 2021 with a bang. Edwards is probably the most likely guy, British guy to become champion in the next year or so. Anyway, do your thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day, and above all else, have a good New Year's or whenever this video has been uploaded. Anyway, peace.